I didn't expect the video to start yet. I was hoping to get just one more episode in. But hey, surely this makes a nice segue into the topic of the video, right? Of course it does. There are so many different animated shows people love, such as Tom and Jerry, Pink Panther, Invincible, Dragon Ball, The Magic School Bus, Soul Eater, One Punch Man, Phineas and Ferb, Futurama, Adventure Time, SpongeBob, Naruto, JoJo, South Park, Family Guy. Anyway, my point is, people like animation, but you might be surprised to enjoy watching an animation on YouTube as much as you would on TV or a streaming service. There's a huge community of animators on YouTube, and oh boy do we have a channel to share with you today. This creator has been around for a long time and is a star figure in the animated story side of YouTube. Maybe you've heard of her before. She goes by the name JaidenAnimations. As you might suspect, her name is Jaden, and she does animations. I know, pretty crazy, right? So crazy, in fact, you might even consider subscribing. Let's take it from the top. Jaden made her channel February 16th, 2014. And posted her first ever video on July 23rd, 2014. It was a short video introducing herself to YouTube. Even though it was short and her first video, she managed to make it funny, creative, and to this day, resembles her style of humor. Also, if you're a longtime fan of hers, it is pretty cute and wholesome to see how much she's grown. The spark that got Jaden interested in animation was when she saw a video by Domix named Emails and wanted to make animations just like him. In her first Q&A video posted October 23rd, 2014, Jaden mentions that she actually just learned how to animate by herself at 16 years old. And apparently, her first ever full animation was a fan animation for iHas Cupquake. That animation is actually posted on the iHas Cupquake channel titled Terrible Mom, Minecraft animated short. It also turns out that Jaden's most viewed video was made around this time too. Funny enough, to this day, she has not surpassed her Five Nights at Freddy's animated short that was also uploaded on iHas Cupquake's channel, November 16th, 2014, and has over 99 million views. Some say she's destined to never surpass the FNAF video made by her teenage self. But back to her first Q&A video. She mentions that she gained 13,000 subscribers in 2 months. One can dream.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Nope, we already did that last video. A big part of JaidenAnimations is Pokemon, and technically, the first Pokemon video she made was of her playing Pokemon music on the piano. And the channel manager EdgeLess is totally jealous because man oh man, he sucks at playing piano. I'm just reading what he put in the script. He said it, not me. To get back on track here, Jaden's content is that classic animated storytime type of video, and she has 179 videos talking about her life story, like that time she casually won $1 million in a Mr. Beast challenge, or she talks about experiences with video games, such as the most viewed video on her channel about her Nuzlocke Pokemon challenge. That Nuzlocke video is close to the old FNAF video she made, sitting at a staggering 95 million views. Did we mention she also has 14.4 million subscribers? And you could be the lucky 14,500,000 subscriber, unless it goes up before this video is finished, which is very likely. Oh, and if you were wondering, her channel has accumulated over 2.8 billion views. A big reason why you should sub to JaidenAnimations is that she had her 10-year channel anniversary. And in that video, she says,
after taking a lot of time reminiscing and thinking about what could come next, the direction I want to take to follow what could keep making me happy, I've come to accept that YouTube isn't gonna be part of it. I'm happy with what I've accomplished. I had my rise and grind years, I experienced real and true passion. That's all I could really ask for here. There's not much else I want to do beyond it at this point. But before you freak out, I'm not quitting right this moment. I still absolutely love making content and still have the desire to keep making videos. But my YouTube years are numbered now.
Who knows when Jaden will retire from YouTube? Which is why now is the best time to become a fan before you miss your chance. Plus, she has 4 other channels connected to her that you can also check out, such as Jaden But Short. If you're still on the fence about clicking that sub button for JaidenAnimations, maybe listen to some comments from other people rewatching after years. How could anyone dislike this amazing talent? This story had drama, action, sadness, and a perfect end. We need more stories like this, people. Happy 10 years, Jaden. It's been great seeing you grow as a creator and as a person in front of all of us. I'll never forget being extremely inspired by you all those years back. Much love. Keep it up. Let's cut to the chase. We know what you're still here for. Time to hear our totally accurate opinion of how good JaidenAnimations is and what did they score. There are 3 categories we cover. Each of them has 5 stars to earn. and the goal is to get as close to 15 stars as possible. Our categories are editing, consistency, and online personality. Editing is the second most important part of making a good video. The most important part is having a decent recording to work with. However, with JaidenAnimations videos, most of the video is basically created post-production, as the team works to animate every frame, which by the way sounds awful to deal with. At least she has what seems to be 25 other people helping her make videos. She practically has a whole studio under her wing. They managed to keep Jaden's unique style while refining it. Overall, the transitions, pacing, art, humor, and pretty much everything else is fantastic. The only two things that could add more flair would be more sound effects and maybe some more background drawings in some scenes. But keep in mind, both these things can be good, as a lack of sound and background will draw your attention to the narration and whatever the focal point of the scene is. We think it's fair to give the editing score 4.5 stars. And we think Jaden might agree, simply because there is almost always room for improvement. And we did have a few small things to mention as examples, but it's not a stretch to give her 5 stars. Moving on to consistency. To keep this brief, we think JaidenAnimations could be ranked 3 out of 5 stars. She has kept her style surprisingly consistent, with many improvements along the way, of course. Really, the only 3 reasons for the 3 stars is because animation takes a stupidly long time. So it really feels like you're getting a new video out of the blue a month or 2 apart. We think her goal might be to get 1 video out a month, but it's probably just whenever they feel a video is done and not on a very strict timeline. The second point is a little smaller, but it just has to do with her video topics being somewhat random, usually about life stories and some game experiences, but not always. Plus, the video times can have a pretty wide range, which is another small point. Lastly, we have online personality, and you may disagree, but we're just going to give her the whole 5 stars. The reason for this is because not only is her journey getting to this point on YouTube quite wholesome and inspiring, but the entire appeal of her videos comes from her personality, since these are her own stories in her own style, with her own humor, ideas, and more. People love how relatable and down-to-earth she is. Plus, we have never really heard of any substantial drama or criticism about her. Put simply, if Jaden gave her channel to someone else, it's likely 90% of people would stop watching, or at least only rewatch old videos. All that being said, she got a total score of 12.5 stars out of 15. Leave your own scores in the comments, and this is why you should subscribe to JaidenAnimations. Bye-bye.